do the chicken head. Bop, bop, one. Here comes the two. Okay, that's not even. I don't even know where that came from, but it doesn't even matter. Welcome to 1 billion break. 1 billion what? 1 billion break. 1 bit. 1 bit. We in there. How y'all know? Are y'all good though? Because before we do anything, let's do a temperature check. How y'all good? Y'all sure y'all cool? Okay. Okay, that's good. We love to hear it. We love to hear it. We love to hear it. Thank you guys for tuning. Y'all, I mean, y'all kind of came, but I meant to say tune in. So we're going to start that over. Thank you guys for tuning in and welcome to another episode of One Being Brave. Are y'all good? Because guess what? We're on episode 5 and we thrive bars already. We already starting episode 5, $5 foot long. The final 5, top 5, T-Mobile top 5. Okay, because y'all get it. I'm just so glad you're here. Let's get into a church. Let's get into church announcements is at the end. Let's get into the house rules. I am energy at a 42. The energy is just like through the roof. Okay, church announcements. I mean, God, don't say it right. It's too early. You just started and you already showing out. Don't show out in front of company. You've been doing this way too long now. Act like you know. Thank you. Church and house rules. Domo house rules. House rules. House rules. All right. So no profanity. It's too many. Wait, like way. When I say way too many words in the dictionary. So we about to use them, and even if you want to make up a word, but just leave the other 7, leave the other 9 to the other people. Okay, because I promise you can get your point across. Just saying. Also, no bashing of race, religion, gender, sexual preferences, and race. Did I say that? Race, religion, gender, sexual preferences. Yeah. Child, this. Okay, let me make the disclaimer. I drank a V8, so my mind is, yep, it's everywhere. But we're still here. We're showing up, even with a V8. Even with a V8, because we straight as a gate. Okay. So, no bashing of race, religion, gender, and sexual preferences. Why? Because from one blood he made all the nations. We family. We kinfolk. I'm just saying. We are. We're a family like a giant tree, branching out towards the sky. Okay? All y'all is some type of relative. And that's on period. Also, this show is called One Being Brave because it represents the 1 billion people of the world that have a disability and or medical condition. Old heads. Catch on quick. Newcomers. Okay. Get you one of us in your circle. Hey, mom. Get you one of us in your circle. Child. We so top tier. It don't even make no sense. I just be scared of myself sometimes. I be scared of our community. Like, dang. Here come another one. And then on top of that, my guest today, she just raised the bar even higher. My God. It just it baffles me how dope we are. That's all I'm saying. And when you get you one of us in your circle, you be like, dang, Domo, I know. Out here singing your shoulda, coulda, with us. We're a family like a giant tree. Branching out, branch. You feel me? It is what just get it. Mother, I love you. Just get you one of us in your circle and then we good. Okay, I'm glad. All right, so one of the very important rules, I hope you guys are listening very clear when I say this. Jesus Christ is always going to be on this show. We always gonna be talking about him. So what they do over there ain't got nothing to do with me. But over here, JC, y'all ready for it? JC's way to be bars. Jesus Christ is better than white rice. Bars. The King of Kings be doing his thing. Bars. The Lord of Lords is better than the Fantastic Four. Bars. Are y'all like y'all get it? I need to have a shirt that says all my bars. Cause he always gonna be the number one stunner. What? Always. Oh God. My dad just entered the chat. Not with the well. Well. Child. That's all I'm saying. Also, this is one of the very few shows that has a hostess with a disability that interviews guests with disabilities and or medical conditions. With that being said. Okay, and that's on period. With that being said, Lady O, Tyler Perry, and Mother Ava DuVernay. I'm about to see all three of y'all. How? I'm glad you asked. Lady O, come to the house, shop it up one time or two. Because by the time we finish talking, we're gonna be exactly one time for the one time. Tea, no crumpets, please, because I don't know what's in it and I'm allergic to a lot of stuff. So we're gonna be safe. I don't need you to have that experience with the ambulance. Okay. Thank you. After that, love you. Thank you for your time. We're gonna go across the street to Brother Tyler Perry. You have so many options of places that you want to meet that you can meet up at. Choose one. We both have iPhones. Just send me the location. Bing me, please. Thank you. After that, thank you for your time. Air hug. Wish you the best and all the rest. Then it's gonna be time to get our locks in. Fella. Yes, I did cut my locks off. I don't want to say off. I did cut them a lot. I need a fresh start. And my head is not tilted back no more. Jesus, who told you that locks was gonna be so heavy? The longer they get. Cha. I cut a lot off because my locks were at my waist. So you see where they're at. But it's okay because they grow back. My God. A back attack. Okay, stay focused. All right. So after we get our locks done, then thank you for your time because I'm gonna need a nap. And that's just it. I'm I'm gonna need a nap. I'm gonna need a nap and probably a VA because that's gonna be a lot of meetings at the meet at the meeting. Oh, at the meeting. We got okay. It's gonna be a lot of meetings, and I'm gonna need to. Whew, I need to catch my breath and get a little rest. My God. All right. So, as you guys know, on this show, we like to represent and advocate for those that have different deal with different medical conditions, and we like to bring awareness to the awareness ribbons all over the world. Whatever you got, we like to bring awareness to them. So each month we spread light to an awareness ribbon. So this month, Gabe, who do we have, please, sir? That was Gabe. That was your cue. I hyped it up so loud, and then we don't have one. Or what? Okay, that's okay. We gonna have okay. Whoo, don't let me down now. My God. May is Melanoma and Skin Cancer Awareness Month. What's the color, Domo? I'm glad you asked. Black. But don't think about death. It's not a dark thing. Now, it's not a dark thing at all. Let's make that very clear. Okay? Because we like to associate black with darkness and death. We alive. We alive and living well over here. So, for those that have skin cancer and melanoma cancer, or yeah, I think it is melanoma cancer. For those that have skin cancer and melanoma cancer over here, we see you, we appreciate you, we are fighting with you, and we understand we may not be dealing with the exact same thing that you deal with, but we over here understand and we are in full support. You, Dr. Johnson, you feel me? Stay over here because we love you. And that is ivy blue. I don't. I had to find something. I had to find something that goes with it. All right, so let's talk about the elephant in the room real quick, shall we? And the elephant is actually in the room. It's on the screen. It's in the house. My God. Um, you see that? My glasses. Let's talk about my glasses really quick because this is a thing, and I didn't know that it was a thing, but I'm grateful for the thing. But we're gonna talk about it. Y'all see the glasses? Yes, yes, it spins, and yes, I do have glasses that don't fit on the rack. But that's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about is I get so many questions, the same question, daily, weekly, if you will, about if my glasses are prescription. If I get that question, if I get a penny, a quota for getting asked that question, I promise you, I will be a gazillionaire. Okay. So to answer the question, yes, these are all prescription glasses. Child, I can't see. They could be fashionable because they're different, but I can't see. If I didn't have these on, we gonna be walking by faith fully. I mean, just Jesus, because you're gonna have to take the wheel, because I can't even, you're gonna have to order my steps in your word. I've never been that person to wear the same thing. And I know a lot of people wear like the same glasses, and that's cool. Not knocking it at all. That's just, y'all know who my mom is. So, need I say more? Need I say more? You see how she is. So, yeah, the apple don't fall too far from the tree. And that's on Gee. Oh, yeah, did you plug? And that's on Gee. Okay? You be rich first. I'm just saying. The vision, I can see clearly now the rain is gone. My God. Sheesh. Yes. So these glasses are all prescription. Every time you see me with a speck on, it's because I can't see. I put in a prescription in all these. And if you take them off, it's the blind leading the blind. All right. So, any more questions, comments, and concerns about it? I can't help you anymore because I don't know what else to say. I can't see y'all. That's it. That's all. All right. So, with that being said, let's bring on my next guest because her glasses, that's the first thing I seen. Two fly. I need a pair. For real. I'm super grateful that she is gracing the stage. She is she's just so sweet. I hope she knows. Oh, okay. Come on in. Gosh. All right. Hey, girl.
All right, since you talked about your glasses, I'll talk about mine, like I did
Thank
before.
you.
I have eyes that are sensitive to light from the computer. So this pair is night driving glasses that block glare from headlights and such. This pair are blue light blocking glasses from the computer. And so when I wear them together, I can look at the computer screen for more than 5 minutes.
And those glasses are so dope. That's the first thing I seen when you
Right.
hopped on the screen. That was the very first. I said, "Oh, hold on, those glasses are kind of cute now." Wait a minute. Well, thank you for gracing the stage. I
Thank you.
appreciate it, Miss Paul. Thank
Thank
you.
you for having me.
All right, so let's get into it. Can you tell us where you're from and the name of your disability or medical condition?
Okay, I grew up in Illinois, but I choose to live in Wisconsin because I enjoy winter. And the disability is a spinal cord injury that happened when I was 12 years old. A boy in school who had a crush on me wanted to get my attention. He pulled my chair out from under me when I was starting to sit down. I landed hard on my tailbone. Medical professionals misdiagnosed my injury for 33 years. 33 years. My bones started shifting out of place when I hit the floor, continued to shift out of place. Got all kinds of misdiagnoses. The first diagnosis was that I had scoliosis.
Mm.
And then the later diagnosis, and at first the pain wasn't bad. It was only intermittent. The pain in my spine
Mhm.
was never continuous. It was always intermittent. And so at
Mm.
the beginning, it was just minor pain. So I just kept doing what hurt because it was just minor pain. But over
Right.
the years, the pain increased. I did not realize that I should say the pain was in my spine for a long time. I just said my back hurts. So people didn't, I didn't understand the pain. They didn't understand the pain.
Mhm.
But the injury happened when I was 12. In high school, I started having trouble sitting. I could not sit in the auditorium seats because they had a curved back, and that wasn't
Mhm.
any good for me. So I sat in a folding chair in the aisle. So the sitting problem started within 4 years.
Wow.
And by the time I was 28, I the pain got so bad when I sat that I had to make adjustments when I sat. I got married when I was 26. My husband and I had a baby. My husband died when our daughter was 8 months old.
Wow.
And I went back to we were living in Wisconsin. I got to Wisconsin with my husband, went back to my parents' house for a while. It was a sudden death to recover, and then came back to Wisconsin because I like Wisconsin.
Mhm.
And after a while, when my daughter got to school age, I decided I wanted to go to college. I hadn't gone to college when I was 18 because I had a terrible childhood. My mother was controlling, and I didn't want her to control my college life. But
Mhm.
when my daughter got to college, well, I should tell you that my pain is invisible. Nobody can look at me and see my pain. So people make all kinds of assumptions. They think
Mhm.
I should do whatever they can do because I don't look like I'm in pain.
Mhm.
And I started writing about poverty. My husband died very young, so his Social Security benefits from his Social Security was low. It was too low to live on because he
Mhm.
died at age 22. That's not
Wow.
very old. And so we needed food stamps and medical assistance and housing assistance. And I
Mhm.
started writing about poverty in letters to the editor. And I said, my husband died. I'm a widow. I'm staying home with my daughter while she's
Mhm.
young because she's already lost one parent.
Mhm.
One woman wrote a letter in response to the paper and said, I was hiding behind my daughter and looking for free handouts because I wanted to stay home with her. I was getting Social Security from his account, money that he
Mhm.
had earned, but she saw me as taking money out of her wallet.
Mhm.
And I want to say that another woman wrote to the paper in my defense, and then she called me and said that the woman who had accused me of hiding behind my daughter and looking for free handouts was a terrible person.
Wow.
But she wrote in my defense. So I've had some defenders along the way. But when my daughter was ready to go to school, I wanted to go to college. And I'll tell you this story because it's a wonderful story and because it's an example of what positive identities can do for someone.
Mhm.
I had a terrible childhood, terrible family relationships, except with my father who loved me. And as a single parent in the early 80s, I was seen as a scourge upon the earth. All single mothers were a scourge upon the earth back then. And I had thought about going to college after my husband died, but didn't think I would be allowed to succeed in college because my family had created failure for me, members of society had created failure for me, and I just thought people would stop me in some
Mhm.
way. Well, I wrote the letters to the editor and I wrote about poverty. I wrote about how people who get food stamps are out of food stamps before the end of the month, so then they're barely eating.
Mhm.
And I had written this kind of thing more than once. And then I had that kind of letter in the paper And the phone rang. I cry when I tell the story. I answered the phone. A woman asked, "Are you the Paula Kramer who wrote the letter to the paper?" And I said yes. And she asked, "Is there anything I can do to help?"
Oh,
And for about 14 months, this family did small things to help us. When I had an appointment, once the teenage daughter babysat my daughter so I could go to the appointment. The woman's church group collected $40, a $40 gift certificate for us at a grocery store.
wow.
They helped us out. And oh, we were in contact with them over Christmas. At that time, I was being stalked. And I found out that the stalker's mother lived down the road from me. And so for Christmas, I didn't want to be there because he would be there. So I
Mhm.
called a friend who's going to be gone for Christmas and asked if I could stay at his house to feed his wood stove. He had a wood stove. So we stayed at, he said yes, because he could keep his wood stove going. And so we stayed there. The next morning, my car would not start. It was 15 below. My car would not start. I called my sister in law to pick up my daughter. We were supposed to go to my in law's house for Christmas. I called my sister in law to pick up my daughter. They lived a good distance from us. And
Mhm.
then I called this family and asked if I could come to their house for Christmas. And they said yes. And so, because of this family, I decided that I could go to college and succeed. And now
Wow.
I have 2 degrees
Come
because
on.
that family gave me a positive identity. Positive identities are powerful. They
Yeah.
didn't tell me to go to college. I decided to go to college because they gave me a positive identity. So when I decided to go to college, I was having serious problems sitting.
Mhm.
And I didn't know what to do about it because college is sitting. But I
Mhm.
mentioned it to someone who said that she works with the DVR, the Division of Vocational Rehabilitation, with
Mhm.
disabled people. And she said, the DVR will pay for you to go to college and you can go talk to this man at the university
Wow.
about accommodations. So the man I talked to at the university asked what I needed. And I said that if I can sit with my knees above my hips, I'm in less pain. So I
Mhm.
had an old rocker. Rockers had been broken on the bottom, so they were cut down. And I used that chair at home because it shifted my knees above my hips. That
Mm.
the university department put wheels on that rocker, that old rocker, so I could wheel it down the hall and go to my classes. They found a place for me to leave the chair at the university. I would go there in the morning, get my chair, go to class, take my chair back to the room, and I would lock it up. I would change it up.
Yeah.
And another positive identity comes in here. People didn't know, students didn't know how to react to me because I was pushing this chair down the hallway.
Mhm.
I got into the elevator one day and a professor asked, "What's that chair for?" I explained it. And then just by chance, I took a class with him. And the first day of class, he explained to the class why I had the chair. That was the only class I took where all of the other students treated me like just another student.
Mm.
Everybody else was standoffish because they didn't know what to think about my
Right.
chair.
Right.
Another positive identity. So when I was in college, I was in college for 10 years because I got a bachelor and a master's, and I took time to get it.
Mhm.
I never ever sat in a chair with my feet on the floor. Never once. It was in my chair, or when I had to go to a different building for a class. If I sat in a chair, I put my feet up on another chair. In
Mhm.
several classes, I sat on the floor against the wall with a lumbar pillow behind me. In one
Mhm.
class, I actually laid on the floor in front of the professors, one of those huge classrooms
Mhm.
filled with hundreds of people.
Mhm.
And so I couldn't do those chairs. And so the professor let me lie on the floor in front of him. So I never once sat on a chair with my feet flat on the floor in college. But I have two
Wow.
degrees.
I think that first of all, your story is very commendable and it shows the perseverance of who you are as a person. You didn't let situations and things like stop you, and that definitely shows because you advocated for yourself, so much so to where the professors and the accommodations came to you. Like, you didn't even have to do much anymore because you were so determined to go to school and to finish school no matter how long it took. You were like, I gotta do what I gotta do. So that definitely says a lot. I do have a question regarding your disability. You did mention that it was invisible. So can you just clarify like the name of your disability?
I was never given a name.
You were
I
never
was
given a
given
name.
different diagnoses. The last doctor diagnosis I got was that I had a crushed disc. He never took an
Mm,
X-ray, but he said I had a crushed disc. The last diagnosis I got was from a physical therapist who told me I was just being emotional, and if I just kept doing what hurt, the pain would go away. She ignored everything I said about how the pain had started out small and I kept doing what hurt and the pain kept getting worse and worse.
yeah.
I When my last semester of college, I took a speech class, Com 101, and the there were two of us non-trad students there. I didn't start college till I was 35. There was another non-trad student in the class, and after one of my speeches, she asked me what I got, grade I got on the last speech, and I said A minus. And she said to me, "You'd think you and I could get straight A's." I
Mm,
considered her the best speaker in the class. So for her to tell me that the two of us could get straight A's meant she considered me as good as she was. And
right.
at that point, I decided to become a professional speaker. So
Wow.
after college, I started getting myself some small speaking engagements. I would send out information to business women's groups, and I got hired by a business women's group in a city about 2.5 hours away from me. I went and did this talk on gossip in the workplace, good, bad, and ugly. And I told them ahead of time, I need a tall stool to sit on because I can't just stand. I
Right.
brought my lumbar pillow. It was a dinner meeting. And
Mm,
I explained why I had the stool and why I had the lumbar pillow, and said, if you have any children in your life, please tell them to never pull a chair out from under anyone. One chiropractor told me that some people are instantly paralyzed if they land the wrong way. I'm lucky because I can still walk. I've been in pain since 1963, but I can still walk.
yeah.
After that, after my speech, a nurse in the audience came up to me and said, when you hit the floor, your spinal cord tensed up. Nobody who had been
Mm,
paid to see me ever said the words spinal cord.
right.
She said that every time I did something that hurt, the tension in my spinal cord increased. The chiropractor who told me that some people are instantly paralyzed had x-rays done, and he said I had no S curve in my spine. My spine was just. Now, I don't know why he didn't go a step further and realize that my pelvis was out of place, but my pelvis was out of place. And that was one of the reasons that I was in pain. My pelvis was out of
Yes.
place. And then
Yeah.
my hip shifted out of place, and my
Yeah.
vertebra shifted out of place.
Right.
Well, this nurse was married to a chiropractor who did an unusual treatment called neural organizational technique. I'd never heard of it, but what she said got me thinking for the 2.5 hour drive home, and I decided to make an appointment. It was the one thing I had heard that I thought might work. So I
Mm-hmm.
went to see this chiropractor, and it was not a normal adjustment, chiropractor adjustment. He had this little laser pen. He told me that the spinal cord is attached to the spine at the neck by a small muscle at the neck and a small muscle at the base of the spine. He said that because my spinal cord was tensed up, those two muscles were tensed up. He shined his little laser pen on the little muscle up here at the top of my spine, and in 1 hour, he ended 33 years of pain in my spine.
Wow.
And The information about neural organizational technique never came into my life in any other way.
Wow. That is powerful. Like, who would have ever thought just someone that people overlook, because a lot of people don't really take chiropractic people, like they don't take them serious because they feel like they can't do the things that the main doctors and the main specialists do. But just a chiropractor took the time
Mhm.
to see what was actually wrong with you and then helped.
And help.
That's amazing.
I
So
know.
when you got the procedure done, like what did it feel like as far as for your body? Because you did say that you've been in pain for so
Right.
long. So how
Well,
did you know there was a
well, my
difference?
my hips still hurt on the way home.
Mm-hmm.
My pelvis moved forward. My hips still hurt on the way home. I came home. I didn't realize I didn't actually realize the pain in my spine was gone until I got home. I had a puzzle laid out on the dining room table, a jigsaw puzzle. I
Mm-hmm.
leaned over to put a piece in place, and I didn't feel any pain in my spine.
Wow.
That's when I realized that the pain in my spine was gone. The
Wow.
pain in my hips continued because my muscles had been doing the wrong things for
For
decades,
so long. Yeah, for so long,
and they
right.
couldn't hold my hips in place. And it was in how that I got the correct treatment in 1996. However, in 1991, I had a boyfriend for a while who owned a Honda Civic, little Honda Civic wagon, and he bought it. I sat in the passenger seat for the first time, and the pain in my hips went away. So I
Wow.
discovered that car seats could hold my hips in place.
Mm-hmm.
And then I couldn't afford a car like that back then. And then I got the quick treatment, and I did what I could to ease the pain in my hips. But it wasn't until I inherited money in 2018 that I was able to consider buying a car. And in 2020, I did some test driving, and I found the Hyundai Kona, and the Hyundai Kona SUV, and those seats hold my hips in place.
Wow.
When I first started driving that car, I felt some pain in my lower back because my hips were in place. And so then those muscles were relearning new normal again.
Yes.
And I didn't realize it, but my thighs also needed to relearn normal. My thigh muscles took longer to recover back to normal than my lower back muscles. It took
Mm-hmm.
almost 3 years for them to recover. In the beginning of driving that car, I had to crawl up the stairs to my second floor because my
Wow.
thighs didn't have the strength to walk up my stairs. I was
Mm-hmm.
taking walks outside. I'm a walker. I had to stop walking outside. I could walk on
Wow.
my treadmill because the treadmill was moving, the treadmill belt. Wasn't moving my body weight on the
Yeah.
surface of the road. So got that I got that corner, and my hips started staying in place. And
Wow.
then as there things have been much better. I can walk outside again, much less pain. And then in October, my Kona needed a new engine.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to stop driving the Kona and drive other cars. My hips shifted out of place again. And in January, I fell on ice and fractured my pelvis. And because my hips were out of place again and the muscles were doing the wrong things again, I pulled all those muscles, and it's been bad. But in February, I have all these little guardian angels in my life. In February,
Okay.
I'm an election inspector, and at the February election, another election inspector brought an ergonomic seat cushion for me to try while we were sitting at the election. And I
Mm-hmm.
sat in that chair with on an ergonomic seat cushion for 5 hours without any
Wow.
pain in my hips. So I bought an ergonomic seat cushion, which I'm sitting on at this moment. So now more more bones are shifting back in place, which means more muscles are relearning normal. But I think that eventually between my Kona, which has a new engine, so I can drive it again, and and my seat cushion. I think eventually my bones will stay in place all the time, and my muscles will have relearned normal and will be used to doing normal. And when that happens, I'm going to participate in Senior Olympics.
Come on. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. The story is not over. The story is not over. And
Not
we love
over.
that.
I'm
We
doing
love
Senior
that.
Olympics.
So with all that you said, now this here's the thing, because I'm intrigued. How did you go through all this and still raise your child?
Oh, it was rough. It was horrible. My daughter had my family didn't give a damn. They
Mm-hmm.
didn't never believed anything I said because my mother taught them to not believe anything I said. She had tried to kill me twice when I was very young, and so to protect herself, she convinced everyone in the family, far and wide, to ignore what I said and discount what I did.
Mm-hmm.
So they didn't ever believe they had any back pain because it was invisible. And what I
Right.
said, I was always exaggerating to them. So when my daughter turned 15 and a half, she got a job at a fast food place to help pay our bills.
Mm-hmm.
And then I I had done some so she turned 15 before I 1996 on the correct treatment. Once
Mm-hmm.
I got the correct treatment, I started doing some seasonal catalog company order taking to start out earning money.
Mm-hmm.
We were getting Social Security, but not enough, and so she had to start earning money. And then I got a job at a seasonal catalog company, and that got me back into earning money. I had done some jobs through the university, but they weren't much. And then in 2020, I all this time in the background, I'm working on my speaking, and I've got lots of information and soft skill strategy courses. If you go to this website, you see all kinds of information. I
Mm-hmm.
want more people to be successful in their own lives so they can create serendipitous success for me. So,
Mm-hmm.
so, so in the background, I'm doing all this other stuff. But 2020, I started doing home health care, which I'm good at and I can do. And so while I'm getting my soft skill strategy courses ready, I'm getting a promotion ready to promote them. And I am also creating a course for autistic people
Wow.
so that they could learn to fit in as who they are.
Yes.
And my web designer is supporting me on this because he's somewhat autistic. He works with autistic people. So he's been supporting this, and I've been making connections with autistic people. I've got a connection with
Yeah.
Chris Bonello, who is based in London, England, and is an international speaker. He's autistic. He used to teach. He's an international speaker. He did a talk at the Sydney Opera House in
Wow.
Australia. So I've been getting his feedback. I've made connections with a woman who has two adult daughters with
Mm-hmm.
autism, and they're going to take my courses and give me feedback on the autism course. I already have information available for teachers and parents on that website,
Mm-hmm.
autismsupportcourses.com. Lots of free information for parents and teachers about programs that they can use with their children, and
Yeah.
an example of positive identities, giving
Mm-hmm.
people positive identities.
Mm-hmm. I think that's amazing because a lot of people do. We're hearing more about people that do deal with autism, and sometimes you're just unsure because it is invisible. And a lot of people don't think that it's a real thing, but it really is.
It
So I
is a
think
real
that is
thing.
amazing that you are bringing that to the forefront and you're offering resources
I'm offering
for,
this
yeah, teachers and parents
right.
who may need help. That's really good. Very, very, very powerful. Can you tell us what the website is again?
Autismsupportcourses.com.
.com. Gabe, can you put that on the screen, please? Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
And I
Um,
have
Go ahead.
the website includes has an autistic and awesome page where I include examples of awesome autistic people who are awesome. Chris
Come
Vanilla's on
on.
there, but so is this little boy, 11-year-old boy who is autistic, made himself brave enough to stand up for a talent show and do bird calls. He's
Wow.
very good at bird calls. You'd never believe this kid is doing it if you just hear him. And so
That's
he did
cool.
these bird calls. The kids were thrilled with the bird calls, and now he's teaching the other children in his class how to
I
do
ju-
bird calls. So he's awesome. He's autistic
He's
and
autistic
awesome.
and
So I'm
awesome.
looking
We
for more
love that.
examples like that for my autism and autistic and
We
awesome
love,
kid.
we love that. I'm super on it. Gabe, can you put that on the screen, please, again? Because there are a lot of people that do deal with autism, and I want people to go to this website and please get everything that you need. It is there for you. Autismsupportcourses.com.
Right. I'm still
Definitely.
working. I'm still working on the course. I'm reading a lot. I'm not autistic. So I'm reading a lot of books about
Right.
autism and by autistic authors. And I'm running what I'm doing by Chris Bonello, the autistic professional speaker. So I'm working on the course. But there are resources available right now and examples right now of awesome autistic people.
Love that. Love that. Thank you for sharing that. I definitely do appreciate it. So I do want to ask you two questions. One, what is the hardest part about living with your condition?
People not believing me and expecting me to do whatever they can do. And
Mm,
and they consider me rude for easing my pain. I was in a
mm,
museum once. I was in pain because standing hurt, because my I now realize that because my pelvis was pulled out of place, normal sitting and standing were painful. Always, always painful. So when I had to stand for any length of time, I would lean on something to ease the pain.
mm.
So I put my hand on a wall in the museum once, and the woman let me know that I was rude for touching the wall. There's never to when your pain is invisible, there's never a good reason to do something that's out of the normal.
That is so true. Everything is a problem
Right,
when they don't see it.
right, right.
Goodness, that is so true. Yes, I definitely do agree. A lot of people that do have invisible disabilities, that's one of the biggest challenges that they have. People don't think that what they say is real because they
Right,
can't physically see it. But
right.
that doesn't mean that that doesn't mean that it's fake.
Right. It doesn't. Right.
Because it because I can give you I can if you want to take if we want to replace and switch places and you feel this pain, then let me see if you think it's real or not.
Right. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Let me see if you think it's real. That's a great answer. Thank you for sharing that. And also on the flip side, what is the most rewarding part about living with your disability or medical condition?
I've been very creative about accomplishing what I've
Mm,
accomplished in my life. And I've learned to do things in small pieces. I do a lot of small things, and the
mhm.
small things add up to big things.
Yes, very true. Hi, Mom Sonia, love you. Yeah, that's very true. I think for us, because I deal with disability too, so I mean, mine is just visible, but I still got, we got a lot, we got a laundry list of things. Um, but I think for us, we have to figure out what works for us, and it's definitely not the same thing that works for everybody else. So
Right.
for us, the small victories, they really do add up, and for us, they are huge. We
Right.
woke up out of bed. Let's go.
Right.
we
Right.
we want a gold medal for just waking up out of bed, but for someone else that doesn't deal with the things that we deal with that are enhanced, those little small things mean nothing, but for us it really that's a big thing.
Hmm. It is.
I love that, the small victories, the little small things, they do add up for sure. I love your story. I think that first of all, the way it happened was just crazy because you see so many people, in movies and stuff that they pull out somebody's chair or
Right.
it's a prank. But no one considers the damage that
Right.
it can cause.
No, and he had a crush on me, but we don't teach boys to express their feelings.
No.
So it was the only way he could think of to get my attention.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why danger is the thing that gets people's attention that you're attracted to or interested in. But in the end, although you have dealt with and are still dealing with, your condition and the things that come with it, I love your positive attitude, and I love the fact that you're helping other people in another area that people deal with, because like you said, you don't have autism, but you
Right.
are in a space to where you're willing and you're showing up for another community of people that do have challenges.
Mhm.
And I think overall, like, that's amazing, and that just shares where your heart is. And I do appreciate also, the naysayers, because that pushes you.
Right.
That pushes you for real. Thank you again so much for gracing the stage. I do appreciate it. Thank you for sharing. Um, and it's not easy. I know it's definitely not easy all the time sharing, a vulnerable part of your story. And I do appreciate you sharing the part where people don't believe you, although they see you, they don't believe you. But
Right.
I appreciate you sharing your experience and what you're dealing with, what you're going through, how you're overcoming, and how you're helping other people through it. That's a big testament. And I need those glasses, because I just keep looking at the glasses because I need to add to
Well,
my collection.
these are these are eagle eye glasses,
Goodness.
and I these might be eagle eye glasses too. I'll have to. It's not a. This says eagle eyes. This might be eagle eyes too.
Okay, eagle eye. That's, yeah, I'm gonna have to look that up because I need to add that to my collection. So before you go, we have a before you go
All right.
question. Um, I have no clue what it is. Gabe is the only one that knows. Just something fun and light. And Gabe, what is the question? Would you rather always have an annoying song stuck in your head, or always have an itch that you can't reach? Oh my goodness. Which one is it? Which one you think?
Well, the itch because I could distract myself. If
Okay, okay, I'll give you I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I think I would have an annoying song because I'm a song person, and songs are just always in my head. And I think that would just kind of fit me more. Cause if I got an itch, I think my attitude wouldn't be right. Cause I would be distracted. People trying to talk to me saying hi, I'm like, I can't think right now, I'm itching. And I can't find it. That's cool. Yeah, okay, annoying itch. I love that. Well, thank you again, Miss Paula, for gracing the stage. I appreciate it so much. Thank you for taking your time to be on the show. Gabe's gonna put you in the background. Don't log off though, because we're gonna end the show. Love
thank
you.
you
We
for
stuck
having
for
me.
life. We locked in for life.
Yes, we are. We are.
Come on. Thank you again.
You're welcome.
Listen, I told y'all gonna, okay, because y'all gonna get it today. Okay. I told you my guest be top tier. I love Miss Paula. Like, she got my heart. She's just so sweet, and I love her glasses. I need to add. When y'all see me having the same pair on or something similar to, just know Miss Paula sent you. Oh, that was a bar. That was so good. That was so good. Thank you again, Miss Paula, so much for gracing the stage. I appreciate it. All right, so let's get into the church announcements. If you or someone that you know has a disability or medical condition and they're comfortable with sharing their story, please holla at me, because one minute brave ain't going nowhere at all, and that's on period. Okay, and here's the thing: there is always a disclaimer, because we got to set rules and regulations. Don't be hitting me up, and please tell your friend that if they have an elbow scratch, if they ran into the wall, if they got a paper cut, if they hit the foot of the toe of the on the corner of the bed, that don't count. Okay? We deal with some real life stuff. Don't be coming over here talking about you got an itch that you can't scratch now. You better find it. You better find it, because over here we talk about real life stuff. So if you or someone that you know are comfortable with sharing their story and you think they would be a great guests on the show, because our guests are top tier. So if you're gonna be on this show, you're gonna be top tier. You're gonna be in the top tier community. Just want to put that out there. Okay. Please holler at me, let me know. Also, next Tuesday we are live and in living color. 6 p.m. Thank you, Gabe. I'm gonna give you a 25-cent back. 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Central, and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard. We changed the time. We bumped it up. Boom, boom. We bumped up the hour, and I think I like it. I like this new time. What about you? You do, because y'all be on, and we appreciate that. I love y'all. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm gonna say it every single episode because you guys do not have to, like, at all. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. I appreciate all the ones that commented, all the ones that shared. Thank y'all for just seeing what you talking about. I appreciate it. We out. You don't log off though, because I gotta just, y'all see. I love y'all. Gabe, can you get me off this screen? Because I'm thirsty. Bye. I be shocking myself sometimes because the lyrical genius, it pops in and you just never know what it's gonna be. You just, from week to week, it just graduates, and here we are, lyrical genius overnight. I be shocking myself. Don't blame me, bang the father.